Hi Virgo, welcome to your weekly reading. This is for Virgo, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus. You can check out your other placements for additional messages. As this is a general reading, messages may or may not apply. Just take what resonates and leave what doesn't for the next person. We're going to be taking a look to see what messages need to come through for you guys for the week ahead, see what you guys could be currently dealing with or what you can expect, get some insight, wisdom, guidance, and overall see what's going on for my Virgos. Happy birthday season to you guys. I hope you guys are having a great birthday season, and stay tuned for your birthday reading. I'll do those after I finish these weekly reads, okay? So stay tuned for that. So I'm just going to cleanse the energy as well as set my intentions for this reading. Messages for Virgo, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus for this week ahead. Please give us insight, wisdom, guidance, any clarity for my Virgos for the week ahead. Messages they may need to hear or any insight, wisdom, and guidance. Thank you very much. My laptop fan is like super loud, so hopefully it's not like that loud with my microphone. But yeah, it's like holy shit, I don't know what the hell's going on. Okay, so let's start off with some animal oracle messages for Virgo, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus for the week ahead. What messages need to come through for my Virgos? Virgo, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus for the next 7 days. What's going on for Virgo, please? Show me clearly. Any messages for Virgo, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus for the week ahead? What's going on? Can you give us any insight, wisdom, guidance? The animal oracle messages for my Virgos for the week ahead. Tell me clearly what's going on for Virgo, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus. Okay, let's get into it. Messages for Virgo, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus for the week ahead, the next 7 days. Any animal oracle messages for my Virgos? What messages do they need to hear? Any insight, wisdom, guidance for the next 7 days? Next week, please. Oh, that's a huge stack, so I'm not going to take that. Peacock did try to pop out, though. Okay, messages for Virgo. Ooh, the Cosmic Egg. This came out first in Leo's reading as well. Okay, so spirit energy coming through, and this is the final card in the animal spirit deck. So this does talk about completion of a chapter. So something in your life is changing quite drastically. You guys might be facing a lot of endings, letting things go. Even relationships in your life might be coming to an end, or certain connections. You might be like noticing major shifts, or even if it's not endings, it's like transitions to new phases, right? Like let's say that you're in a relationship, you know, maybe you guys are taking things to the next level, or things are getting more serious. You know, let's say that you, I don't know, whatever. Let's just hold that thought. But I feel like you guys are going through some pretty significant stuff. I feel like, yeah, let's just see what else needs to come out. Any other messages for Virgo? Thank you very much. The rabbit. Okay, so there's a bit of fear when it comes to change. Change is uncomfortable, especially when this is something that's out of your control. It's like you're trying your best to like hold on to what you used to know. Like I'm almost getting the energy of the tower. Like once the tower falls, you have to rebuild your structure, and it's almost like you guys are wanting to go back to how things used to be instead of trying to rebuild something new with the pieces that have fallen down. So it's like with the tower, I know that there is no tower that fell out, but for some reason I'm really getting this like tower energy, and the tower. Oh, we have the crocodile at the bottom. Just forgot to mention that. So we'll get to that after. But the tower isn't like a negative energy. It really just talks about change that is out of your control. And that's kind of what I feel with the Cosmic Egg and the rabbit. There's change that's out of your control, Virgo. I want to call you Capricorn. Some of you may have Capricorn in your chart. Or could be connecting with the Capricorn. But there's change that's out of your control. And there's fears coming up. You are stressed, you are anxious, you're really in your head, and I think you guys are really needing to have more faith within yourself, within the divine. Like, trust in the bigger picture. Although you may not see it right now, you're going to understand as time goes on, as things begin to unfold. Your story is unfolding day by day, step by step you take. It's going to be okay. You're going to come out better than ever, okay? So these changes, they're necessary, and they're happening for a reason, for your own personal growth. And you guys are very anxious. You guys are really in your head. You just got all these thoughts it's, I'm getting, like 9 of Swords, 8 of Swords kind of energy, and you guys are really needing to just take it easy on yourself. So this week you guys might be experiencing a lot of anxiety about the future, about where you're at currently. Some of you are just feeling very lost, confused, unsure, uncertain, and just like everything feels like it's up in the air, and you can't, it's like you want to you want to have control over whatever's going on around you, but like the more you try to control it, the more you try to force things, it's just universe almost is like pushing back and showing you like, hey, you have no control over this, whether you like it or not. It's just like, oh my God. Virgo, and you guys love to have like, you guys like to have your things in a specific way, organized in a specific, like, like you guys tend to like your things the way it is. And when things come up that are unexpected, let's say that you come up with a plan, right? You are very organized, you have this whole schedule of what you're gonna do this week, and then life gets in the way, and oh, oops, let's drop a bomb on Virgo, something that they didn't expect, and it's just like, now you're like, oh fuck, I didn't plan for this. So, I'm kind of getting this energy. It's really interesting. It's gonna be interesting when we pull some tarot messages, because this just is like the energy I'm really feeling. I'd be very surprised if we don't see the Tower or any of these cards that I've been mentioning. It's just like, I don't know, man. I think that there are some really crazy changes, and maybe if they don't seem that crazy right now, it's like leading up to something really significant in your life. Anyways, I just think you guys are like, there's this sense of nervousness, and you guys are really needing to take it easy on yourself. I said that the crocodile was at the bottom of the deck. The crocodile is all about needing to rest, retreat, submerge, and water, okay? If you can, get somewhere near water, the lake, river, ocean. If you don't live anywhere near that, or it's quite a bit of a drive or whatever, you can always take a hot bath, right? Epsom salts is always good to throw in your bath. But water, get by the water, or let the water like nurture you, okay? Let that cleanse you, let that relax you, right? A nice hot shower, just really get by the water wherever you can, if possible. Highly recommend, okay? The crocodile also talks about you guys need to just kind of sit and wait. If you have some sort of choice, if you have some sort of decision to make, it's probably best that you just sit on it and wait, because if you're in this energy, it's like you guys are all over the place, you got all these thoughts rolling around in your mind, it's stressful, it's anxiety, you don't know what to do. If you got a choice, like, do I go this way, do I go that way, what the hell do I, like you're really getting in your head. So if you have any important decisions to make this week, just wait, observe, look around, plant your feet on the ground. Okay, it's so important you guys get grounded. You guys are way up in the air, you need to come down. You need to get your feet grounded on this earth, okay? Okay, come back to reality, my dudes. Come back to reality. You're way up in the head, way up in the clouds. You need to come down, okay? You're thinking about all these possibilities of what if this and what if that, but it's just like, okay, let's just focus on right here, right now, in the present moment, okay? Tomorrow hasn't happened yet. Past is in the past, let's get it at a present moment, okay? Like, you guys really just need to cut off from the rest of the world for just a moment and get into the present, okay? Get into some sort of activity that puts you in the now, right? Whether that's a walk in nature, whether that is listening to your favorite music, reading a book, doing some sort of creative project, like do something like that. It's going to kind of take your mind off whatever this chaos is. Underneath the crocodile, we also have the dragonfly. Okay, so there's this need for change in perspective. You guys are going through learning curves, learning opportunities for your own well-being and personal growth. And so there are opportunities coming up for you guys to show what you know, right? Instead of just saying, oh yeah, I've learned this lesson. Now you actually got to show what you know and apply what you've learned to whatever's coming up. And so there could be people you're dealing with or situations that pop up that you weren't expecting, that this is for you to show if you're truly ready for the next step, if you're truly ready for the next level. And so this is kind of like you guys are needing to change your perspective on this, okay? There's something that you might not be seeing clearly, and this might be revolving around an emotional situation. And so I think it wouldn't hurt to be a little bit more analytical than emotional, right? Obviously, feel your emotions, recognize them, acknowledge it, etc., right? But try to be a little more analytical instead of allowing your emotions to control you, right? Because that's what's, bringing up all this anxiety and fears about the future. Try to get grounded in your thoughts, in your thinking patterns, okay? And by doing that, how can I do that? How can I get grounded in my thoughts? By taking a break, by getting grounded, by disconnecting for a moment, taking time out for you, nurture yourself, really give yourself what you need. And only you know that. I don't know what the fuck you need. Maybe a therapy session. I'm just saying. I'm not trying to, like, joke or anything. But, like, you know what you need. So take that time out so that you can get grounded, calm, relaxed, centered, okay? Because you got some important stuff coming up. Wow. Oh, my gosh. Okay, so let's pull some tarot messages for Virgo. Summonizing Venus for the week ahead. What is going on? Pretty off to some strong start, Virgo. What would you expect? It's your birthday season. It's normally kind of chaotic. It's like, give me a break. It's my birthday. It's like, life has other plans. Sorry. Oh, you scheduled a little getaway vacay to celebrate your birthday. Guess what? You got all these other things to... It's like, oh my god. That could be how you're feeling. It's like, wow. Not what I prepared for, not what I planned for. It's like, it's almost like some of you could be like, traveling, whatever. We are entering Mercury retrograde season. Love that, right? Everyone's favorite time of the year. And so you go traveling to the destination. Maybe you're on a flight, right? You got your luggage, your suitcase, and you check it in. And you get to your destination, and guess what? They don't have your suitcase. It got lost, or someone else took it, or, something like that. Like, oh my god. What am I going to wear for my birthday dinner? It's like, I'm just saying, oh my god, you guys. This is such a funny energy that I'm in, but... Alright, let me get focused. Messages for Virgo, summarizing Venus. For the week ahead, any messages for Virgo, summarizing Venus, next 7 days, insight, wisdom, guidance. Okay, we have a card that fell out. We have 7 of Wands coming up. Okay, a bit defensive, a bit on edge. Again, it's kind of like you feel like you're fighting against everything that's going on around you. And a lot of it's out of your control. Feeling like it's just one hurdle after another, and just like, dodging bullets. It's just, it's intense, you guys. Let me just shuffle this a little bit more. Any messages for Virgo, summarizing Venus for the week ahead? Any messages for Virgo? Any messages for Virgo, summarizing Venus for the week ahead? We also have the 9 of Wands. This fell right on top of the 7 of Wands. Are you kidding? Okay, so yeah, you guys are totally, like, tense. Like, you guys, instead of, like, relax and, like, zen, you're like, I'm so tense right now. Like, you need to relax your shoulders, man. Take some deep breaths. And that's the energy of the rabbit. It's like, you guys are needing to, like, calm your mind somehow. You're gonna have to figure out how you can do that. But, like, really take some nice, long, deep breaths. Maybe do, like, yoga or something. Highly recommend yoga with Adrienne. I love her. She's really good. She has, like, lots of, like, breathing exercises. Highly recommend. Very calming voice. Highly recommend. Anyways, just saying for those that really struggle with, like, meditation and things like that. Highly recommend. Anyways, okay. Messages for Virgo, summarizing Venus for the week ahead. We have... Princess of Swords reversed. Yeah, your thoughts aren't very clear. There's some blocks. Again, needing to change your perspective on something or look at things differently. Messages for Virgo, summarizing Venus for the week ahead. What's going on for my Virgos? These cards are, like, really specific, you guys. Wow, there we go. Prince of Swords reversed. It's like, slow down. Slow your ass down. Messages for Virgo, summarizing Venus. 10 of Cups reversed. This fell on top of this 9 of Wands, 7 of Wands. Like, so I feel like you guys are on the defense. I feel like you guys are trying to protect something that's close to you, and, like, you're fearful of something. But what? Messages for Virgo, summarizing Venus for the week ahead. Oh, wait, what is this? 7 of Swords flipped out. I just seen it now. Let's just get, like, one more. Okay, this fell out too. The Chariot. Bottom of the deck, we also have the 8 of Cups, 2 of Swords reverse, and the 8 of Swords. Some of you are trying to plan... Oh, that's interesting, because the 7 of Swords sometimes can talk about planning or, like, keeping your ideas kind of to yourself, right? You're scheming, planning like a getaway. Some of you are like trying to figure out how to leave like a situation without getting caught, or like, I don't know if that makes sense for someone out there, if that resonates with someone, but it's almost like here's the thing. Fighting for freedom, fighting for happiness, because wherever you are currently, like some of you are in a really unhappy home situation, or like whoever you may live with, 10 of Cups reverse, you like maybe you're dealing with like a home situation where there's a lot of fighting, a lot of arguing. Like something about this home situation might be very toxic or very draining, but it's almost like you don't know how to leave, and like you want to leave. There's the energy of you guys leaving something behind later on in this reading, wherever this plays out, right? Leaving, moving, Chariot energy. And I think you guys could be keeping that to yourself, but you're really afraid of, like, there's a lot of fear here. 8 of Swords, the rabbit, right? There's like the fear of leaving something behind. Or like, what if I make a mistake? Or, this is like a really different energy that I'm picking up on, you guys. Just trying to like break this down so that it makes more sense. But I'm just saying what's coming to mind, and then we're going to try to break this down and make it more like a storyline, okay? Like, you have a choice to leave behind where you're at currently in your life, whether this is regarding a home situation where you live, a relationship. You're leaving, you're contemplating. We have the 2 of Swords reversed, so there's like indecision. So I think if you have this choice coming up, if you have to leave behind, an unhappy home, an unhappy relationship. For some, this is regarding your home, though. Maybe it's difficult. Maybe let's just say that you live with someone and you have children with them. It makes it much more difficult, right? Custody with children, things like that. So you're kind of like indecisive, like, do I stay? Do I go? If I stay, what would happen? If I leave, what would happen? Like, there's so many like what ifs. And so you're afraid, right? So instead of making a decision like, okay, fuck it, I'm gonna get up and leave, you're really in your head, 8 of Swords, and you feel like there's no way out, or you feel really stuck right now. Okay, but remember what I said with that crocodile energy at the bottom? Right now, it's probably not the best time to make any decision at this very moment, because your thoughts aren't the most clear, and things feel very uncertain, very unstable, so you may want to just kind of hold off and just slow down. Prince of Swords reverse. You may just want to take a moment, get grounded, really consider all of your options before choosing the direction you want to go down. 7 of Swords and the Chariot. Like, I feel like you guys are trying to come up with a plan about the direction you're moving down, and you're keeping it to yourself because you don't want someone sabotaging it or ruining it for you. Just by the way, we have 2 8s out here and 2 7s. Like, you keep going back and forth about staying or leaving something behind. It's like, he's standing here looking into the distance. He hasn't fully left just yet. He's thinking about it. He's looking into the future. Like, what if I did leave? What if? But, like, again, the moon in this card represents the unknown. Also, use your intuition when it comes to making this choice, to leaving this situation behind, right? Highly recommend you trust your gut, what your gut is telling you. If you know deep down, I have to go, I have to leave, then you gotta follow that. If you have this feeling like, I don't think I should, pay attention to what you're feeling, pay attention to your gut, okay? But just highly recommend, if you're not sure of what to do, just sit and wait, okay? Till you get more information. This reading just feels very wild. Like, the fact that the 7 of Wands and 9 of Wands fell out next to each other, like on top of each other, and then the 10 of Cups came out as well next to these cards, it's like wherever you are currently, you feel unhappy, unfulfilled, really like just down, dark, and it feels heavy, you guys. And I think you've had enough of it. I think you've reached like your breaking point, and you're fighting to get to happiness, because wherever you are now, this is not what you want. And it kind of feels as if it's been very challenging for you to get out of this situation. Like, for some reason, you just feel stuck in this. I don't know. This is such a different, like, reading, you guys. Happy birthday. I'm just like, fuck, like, this is just, like, a very different reading. Princess of Swords reversed and the Prince of Swords reversed. Like, just try not to make any impulsive decisions right now, or, like, react impulsively. I always say, try not to make long-term decisions based off temporary feelings. And with this Princess of Swords, Prince of Swords reversed, like, it kind of feels a bit impulsive. Like, kind of like the rabbit. You know, when there's, like, a rabbit on the road, and they're just very still, they're frozen, but as soon as they see you, they bolt, they're gone. That's kind of like the energy. I feel like you guys are, like, you're very tense, and if anyone comes at you or moves too quickly, you're gone, like, you're running. Like, that's kind of what it feels like, you guys. Hope this is making sense for whoever resonates with this reading. It's very, like, such a different, energy. Like, for some, you're waiting for, like, a way out, or, like, you're waiting for the opportunity for you to leave. Like, I'm just getting the energy, like, you're wanting to leave a situation. It's complicated. It's very difficult to get out of this. You're unhappy where you are, but yet there's fears of, like, the unknown, and also doubt about, should I do this or should I stay? Or, like, you know, like, there's this back and forth about leaving. And so you're kind of just, you feel stuck. It almost feels like you're being pulled in two different directions, right? You're being pulled, like, your arms are like this. You're like, I don't know what to do. Like, oh, God. Okay, we also have the Queen of Swords at the bottom of the deck. I think you guys know deep down, let's see, what else is under here? Prince of Wands and the Nine of Pentacles. I think deep down you guys know what you have to do. You're just afraid of making that choice because you don't know what to expect. What you do want is to feel confident and strong and stable and have a foundation that's not, like, falling apart. Right? Who wants that? I think you guys could be working towards getting your independence back. Like, this is what you're trying to move towards. And so I think you guys, you may have to be a little bit more cold-hearted when making this decision, right? Like I said, instead of making this decision from emotion-based, I think you guys will need to make this decision from a logic-based place. Like, what is going to be the best for you? Especially regarding your health, your mental health, your wellness. Because if you've been staying in a situation that's been draining you, that's been doing more damage than good, staying is only going to do more damage, right? You can't expect to heal in the situation that you were hurt in, right? And so I think some of you are realizing, like, as much as this hurts or as difficult as this is, I have to disconnect from my emotions and put myself first. Okay, I'm just going to pull a couple extra cards just to kind of see where this may go, / kind of wrap this up, and then we're going to grab a fairy message. But what an intense reading, Virgo. I think it's just so important you guys really get grounded in yourselves and what you need and what you want, and kind of go from there. But take your time when it comes to making this choice, right? You don't have to make this choice overnight. Look at all your options. If you need to talk to someone, some support or advice. Alright, so any other messages for Virgo, Sun Rising Venus regarding this weekly read? Any other messages for Virgo, Sun Rising Venus regarding this weekly reading? Whew, yeah, this just feels intense, y'all. Any other messages for Virgo, Sun Rising Venus? Okay. Any other okay, wow. King of Pentacles, get grounded, get centered, and focus on your stability. Focus on what's going to bring you the most peace, the most stability. Okay, let me just see what else needs to come out. Anything else for Virgo? This is Taurus energy, so it's like really get Wheel of Fortune reverse. And give me one more. For Virgo, Sun Rising Venus, Ten of Swords reverse, Ace of Swords at the bottom, okay? And Ace of Pentacles, okay. Alright. So there's some new stuff. It's like you can't. So basically, you have the Ace of Swords and the Ace of Pentacles at the bottom. So you do have new energy, new perspective, new opportunities, possibly regarding work, something that's tangible, okay? And a new perspective. But this only happens once you get grounded in yourself. Until you get grounded, the wheel will not turn. We also have that Ten of Swords reversed. So there's definite ending going on here. It's like you can't expect change without having to do things differently. And right now, it's like you're being tested. Are you going to stay in this cycle over and over and over and over? Or are you going to finally break free from this once and for all? And put yourself first and get your stability. And until you do so, until you put yourself first, like, you're just going to find yourself in similar situations, in that situation over and over and over. Until you put yourself first, then that's where you're going to have that breakthrough. It's kind of what it feels, okay? So I'm going to grab a fairy message to wrap this up. Yay. That's a toughie. Alright. Any animal oracle message? Not animal. Fuck. Any fairy messages for Virgo, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus for this reading? Any fairy messages for Virgo, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus? Any fairy messages for Virgo, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus? Okay. Sheesh. The friends. This came out reversed. Some of you are needing to seek out help from your friends, from family, from those that you trust. I think you need a little extra helping hand. I don't think you can do, you may be doing this alone or facing these things alone, but you could probably benefit from a little extra help. Okay, let me just get one more. For Virgo, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus for the week ahead. Luminous doom. Yeah, you've been going through, like, this feels intense, this feels heavy, this feels like even emotional, right? There's a lot going on, and it feels very gloomy, and you may even feel like I'm doomed, I'm screwed, I'm doomed, and that's why I think you could really benefit from some support around you. You are never alone. There's always going to be someone out here that will help you. You may need to ask for help, right? People aren't mind readers. Some people won't intervene unless you ask them to, like, help you out, right? You're not a burden for asking for help or asking for advice or asking for support. You don't have to go through this alone. This is kind of what it feels. This is number 46 and 56. So we got 2 6s out here. Okay. I'm going to grab the book and see what else needs to come through with these cards. But yeah. The Friends talks about friendship, support. Wait, give me a second. So the Friends talk about friendship, support, and aid. As children, we all have fairy playmates and fairy guardians. As we grow older, the pressure of parents and others in our community often nag us into blocking our visions of and communications with the fairies. Fairy Nuff and Lo-Chan can help us get back to that childlike trust in the fairies and to renew our forgotten friendships with them. They can also often help us learn more about the true meaning of friendship. Friendly cooperation with others is necessary to reach mutual goals. Willingness to give and receive assistance and support is also required. Ask friends for help and suggestions, listen with respect, and accept the gifts of willingly offered. Unconditional receiving is even more difficult than unconditional giving. 4 feet are more stable than 2. So this card did fall at reverse, so I'm going to read the reversal as well. When you stand this card on its head, things don't go well then. There may be spats, misunderstandings, and disagreements. He and his friend may quarrel over nothing much, and rifts may occur. It is time to sort things out. Call in honesty, get things back into balance and the right way up with serious, loving discussions. Cultivate your friendships and plant the seeds for new ones. You need your friends, so don't let misunderstandings or touchiness, yours or theirs, get in the way. Reopen your heart to them and give them the reason to reopen their hearts to you. Love is patient and kind. Okay, so maybe you're having like a bit of like mismatch arguments, butting heads with friends, family, and this might be the energy of you guys needing to work through that, right? Especially with Mercury retrograde, and we're entering it, and miscommunication, that's gonna be major themes. Now, Gloom-Doom, self-defeat, self-pity, self-destruction, and taking care of ourselves. Self-pity is the first step of the slippery, seductive slide towards self-destruction. When we curse ourselves through self-pity and self-destruction attitudes, there is little, if any, resistance, and the curse takes immediate effect and continues to act until we change our attitudes. So that's kind of what I felt with the Wheel of Fortune reverse, Ten of Swords, and the King of Pentacles. Like, there needs to be some sort of change. You can't expect things to go differently until you finally make some sort of change or some sort of adjustment. And then once you do that, once you make that adjustment, then we have that Ace of Swords, Ace of Pentacles. So that's kind of what I was kind of picking up on. So that's interesting. Some of you might be in this self-sabotagey, self-destruction kind of energy. Just be aware of that. It's interesting, isn't it? The state of self-pity, when all seems terrible and the whole world is against you, is an important part of the process. We all get let down sometimes. You could say that we even need it to compare it with when we feel good. Gloom is ready and willing to help us explore just how awful it all feels, just how bad it all is, and how hard done by we feel, and what's made us feel like that in the first place. It's very important to really get to know these feelings, or how you could possibly let them go if you don't properly know them in the first place. Our feelings need to be fully acknowledged and understood, or we just tuck them away and hide them from sight until they appear again, maybe in a different guise. Doom helps us properly explore our gloomy feelings of doom so that we can be done with them. It's a very important job. The ultimate test here, of course, is taking responsibility for ourselves and our own attitudes. The sorrier we feel for ourselves, the worse our life becomes. It is not the other way around. Self-pity makes things worse, and we always have a choice. One we have every moment, as to whether we want our lives better or worse, and only we can choose that for ourselves. It's time to face the fact that our attitudes and beliefs about ourselves are our own. We may have learned them from others, but the others are not responsible for them in here and now. We are. If we choose self-pity and pessimism, we make a choice that makes our lives worse. When this card appears in a reading, it indicates that this is a time when understanding that concept is especially important. A time when there is such a crunch in the situation that offers someone the opportunity to notice and change such self-destructive habits. If it's yourself, you know what you need to do. If it's someone else, you may wish to consider how you might support them in this opportunity for change. Can you make sure to give positive feedback at every appropriate opportunity? Can you refrain from nagging, scolding, or complaining at them when they get it wrong? These things help. Okay. So you could be a bit in this self-pity kind of energy. But again, you have a choice. Basically what these cards are saying. And you also don't have to go through this alone. You don't have to push everybody away. There is help and support out there if you need it. I know what you could be going through could be real tough. But only you can make that change. And you have a choice here. Two of Swords reverse. There's a bit of indecision. And that indecision is probably because of these fears. But you can't allow these fears to hold you back. Deep down, you know what you have to do, Virgo. So this is a toughie, but this is a major, pivotal point, turning point for you in your personal growth. It's intense, it's scary, it's uncomfortable, but it's leading to major growth, okay? So yeah, really intense energy. I am sending you guys all my love. Just take some deep breaths, okay? Sending my love. If you guys found this helpful or insightful, please let me know in the comments below. Be sure to leave a like, subscribe, and if you guys are interested, you can follow me over on my Instagram at Jadestone Tarot. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll talk to you in the next one. Take care.